Hello, welcome back to my channel Dressmaking with Teacher Lynn. Before we start, don't forget to give a thumbs up and heart on my video. Today, we will be discussing about the Module 2, the care of the sewing machine. On this module, we will learn more about cleaning and lubricating the sewing machine. Proper care of the sewing machine equipment, in particular the cleaning and lubricating, is very important in dressmaking. This module discusses cleaning and lubricating the sewing machine, as well as the operational health and safety procedures when cleaning and oiling the sewing machine. Cleaning and oiling your sewing machine is basic maintenance which will make your work easier to avoid jam on your sewing machine and dirt on fabric. Cleaning, oiling, and dusting your machine will help it last longer and perform more smoothly. It should be done after finishing any project or as needed, so cleaning, oiling, and dusting your machine should be done regularly. In oiling your sewing machine, make sure to use good quality sewing machine oil which is clear and very fine so it won't ruin your projects. So you should not use the 3-in-1 oil, and you only need a couple of drops of oil, and your sewing machine manual should tell you exactly where they go. Be sure to clean your sewing machine, especially the bobbin case, before you apply the oil. This is how we clean and oil your sewing machine. We need to, first one, prepare the needed tools and supplies in cleaning the sewing machine. The second one, if it has a needle, we need to remove the needle. This will prevent the cleaner from pricking fingers during the cleaning process. You should not put oil on the needle, bobbin, presser foot, or plate as it will stain your fabric. And then you have to make sure that you don't use too much oil. It's a good idea to use a little bit of oil and see how it works. Place a piece of newspaper under the machine while you work so that it will absorb the excess oil. On the faceplate part, with the presser bar, needle bar, thread take-up lever, and lifter. This one is the faceplate. The first one, you have to unscrew the faceplate and keep it in the drawer while cleaning. You have to brush the dust away before you put a little amount of oil while rotating the balance wheel to inner parts. It can be accessed. So you have to put back the faceplate in place after you clean and oil it. On the upper tension part with the disc spring and dial, you have to remove outer bolt tension dial disc and disc spring, just like the illustration. You have to lay the part in your table following its disassembling for easier assembling. So as you can see on the photo, it is numbered so that you know how to put them back. And then you have to brush, dust, and wipe with absorbent cloth with oil, and then assemble by following the laid parts on your table. For the lower mechanism, the rotary oscillating hook, you have to remove the bobbin case. Fasten side of oscillating hook, remove dust with lint brush, put a little amount of machine oil on moving parts, and return the spare parts in place. So you just have to remember that you need to dust and clean the parts before you put or apply a little amount of oil, just like the illustration here. Other minor parts, we have to remove entangled threads between head and balance wheel before we clean and apply oil, and then brush accumulated dust in the threadle joints connecting the band wheel. Clean gummy dust on the band wheel. After all parts were dusted, you have to lubricate all the joints and oil slots with good quality oil, and then wipe off all surplus oil. Then put a piece of absorbent cloth under the presser foot for dripping oil. So we have a note here. When the machine has thoroughly cleaned and oiled, run it slowly for several minutes to allow the oil to work on its moving parts. Place a scrap of fabric under the presser foot and lower the needle to absorb the excess oil. That is by Dad's sewing machine. And you have to keep in mind this occupational health and safety procedure in sewing machine maintenance. So when you are cleaning and lubricating a sewing machine, it is quite a messy task, so personal care should be observed during this activity. The following health and safety precautions should be practiced at the shop or at home. The first one, you have to wear personal protective equipment. You should wear eyeglasses, or you can wear some aprons so that you won't get your dress dusted or dirt. And then remove the upper belt or turn the power off before oiling the sewing machine. Again, you have to turn off the sewing machine before you oil it. And then when a chemical or small spare parts get into your eyes, you should call my attention, or if you are at home, you need to call the attention of your parent. And do not remove any safety device from your sewing machine. You have to be sure that all the screws are well tightened before starting the equipment. And then make sure that no screws or tools are left on the floor to avoid slipping. So you should always observe this one. And wipe the dry spilled oils on the floor to avoid accidents. You have to assign colored tags for a newly maintained sewing machine and provide a small bin for your garbage when performing the job. You should have this separate cabinet or storage for tools and supplies for sewing machine maintenance. And lastly, you have to always refer to the sewing machine service manual for accurate application of the procedure. So you have to take note of this, that a sewing machine is an equipment that needs care and cleaning. So you should keep it dusted and lubricated at least once a week or more often if the machine is in constant use. That sewing machine said cleaning and oiling your sewing machine will help you perform basic maintenance of your equipment. These skills are very essential as a dressmaking student to sustain the function of the sewing equipment. So let us now check your understanding about caring for the sewing machine. You may now answer your enrichment and assessment activities. So with that, I know that you can do it, and good luck!